Hello and welcome to Reels on Wheels. I am Justin. This is
Irene.
And today we got our Ray-Bans on. We are ready to save the galaxy.
Yes.
We're gonna go watch Men in Black International.
Yes.
You're excited?
I'm excited, yeah.
That's
I tore
awesome.
through them all yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
You even watched 2?
I know. Boo. It's just,
You're very refreshed.
Yeah, how are you?
I mean, I think I've seen them enough.
Yeah.
Well, and by them I just mean one.
Okay, sure.
And I watched 3 a couple times. I think 2 I saw once.
Yeah,
And I was just
that's
like,
more
whoa.
than enough.
I am also excited about this. I like everyone in it. They cast it's Thor Ragnarok 2, apparently.
I know. Chris and Tessa together again.
Have you seen trailers and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a couple, and
Did
I
it
think
spark the excitement?
Yeah. I like the fact that mostly the way the MIB recruits is by convincing top government talent to join their team.
Right,
but
yeah.
this time, Tessa knows about the Men in Black. From the trailer, it looks like her parents were involved in some kind of alien witnessing,
yeah.
and the MIB neuralized them, but they didn't neuralize her because they didn't realize that she was a witness also. So it looks like, I'm guessing that she's like spent her whole life trying to find them and convince them that she's the perfect person for the job. So
that trailer debunked my theory, which I thought that I thought Tessa Thompson was Will Smith's daughter. Or something.
Oh, very cool. Well, hey, you'll never know if there's some kind of a twist relationship, because they did that in the third one. Which I
thought was really cool.
Yeah.
And it sort of brought that trilogy to a close.
It did.
And I also liked, I think 3 was the better of the 2 sequels.
I love 3 a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 1 and then a really close 3.
Yeah.
1 because it's 1. It's so great.
And
then 2's way down there.
Yeah. I mean, like Rip Torn when he was doing the
that was
karate
so
kicking.
Crazy. Laura Flynn Boyle. Like, why?
Yeah. The interesting thing though, like we just named villains. And I don't know who the villains are in this movie. They usually put them up front and center, but lately, I think to establish the idea of Men in Black, the promotions have been like, look, it's Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. And then there's, what's the name from the lady from 3? Emma. Emma. The girl that plays Kay's love interest in 3, and then she's grown up and like she's running MIB. Emma Thompson. God, I'm like, Emma. Yeah, Emma Thompson. So there's like connective tissue there. And then Liam Neeson's is in it.
Oh, that's right.
So like they're showing you all the
really
heroes, and then they're giving you this impression that like, because the last trailer was like, this new bad guy can take the form of anybody. So I'm like, ooh.
I kind of have this theory. For some reason, I got a little bit of a vibe that Liam Neeson was like an undercover agent. Okay. A bad guy.
Okay. Yeah, I get that vibe too.
Yeah, what's up with that?
We're gonna call it right here.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson is a bad guy.
Yes. Whether if they say he can take any form, this alien can take any form.
Yeah.
Maybe Liam Neeson was a good guy and then he was killed.
Or like the bad guy was watching Taken and was like, well, I'm gonna be that guy. I want some Will Smith-esseness in there.
I was wondering if they'd bring back some kind of hint with Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones. I'm okay if they don't.
Okay.
Just because they're so ingrained in the series, we know about them, but it would be cool to see them. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they do, and I wouldn't mind it if they don't.
Okay. I'm open-minded. I want to see what they do with expanding it, making it global. That's the whole thing. Like,
it is
international.
I wonder if they'll explain that if they've always been around, or if they've expanded ever since the first one came out 20-some years ago, because they really gave the impression that was it. Like the Central was in New York, and that was all MIB was.
Yeah, and I sort of liked that the stakes were so high, but it was very enclosed.
Yes. Jeff, my husband, he was like, oh, so it's kind of like Kingsman. How we thought it was just in London, but no, there's actually this whole network.
The Statesman. And like, I thought that was fun.
Yeah, that was well done.
Those are thoughts on going into Men in Black, and then we will see what shakes out.
Yeah, and if there's a single Maybe Will Smith
I know,
kind of like
that's what I
drops a
want.
surprise single.
That's what I want. I want him rapping. I want the dance. I want the music video. So we'll see how Men in Black International is going to be. Okay, we're gonna go watch the movie. Right. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
So we were back from seeing Men in Black International, and what are your thoughts?
It's not a home run. It's okay though. You know, it was like it hit all the notes. It's a Men in Black movie.
At times.
At times, but I don't know. I wish it was more of a surprise. We kind of called everything.
We did. So spoilers. Like Liam Neeson Mo. He's the guy. Mole, that's the other thing I felt was the plot was a little convoluted. So I thought it was fine, but it was not a home run. Yeah. Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, thank goodness he was in it.
Yeah, that's where the laughs came from. He was the best part of the movie. Should I say it?
He was. Yeah.
A CGI character. Kind of stole the show from Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, it was a little too international. I think what
they really played that up.
They did, which is they're living up to the name. But I think the magic that the first three had, even the two, even the second one, they somehow created this world that made us the whole underlying a constant theme I noticed with each one was like, know your place in the universe. You're only a small part of a bigger picture.
Yeah.
But this one, the theme, which they stated it at the very beginning, the universe will always take you to a place where you're meant to be.
Yeah.
Which is a nice sentiment, but it for some reason didn't take hold. It didn't land. And I was kind of hoping in the first three they really explore the theme of fatherhood and father and son relationships, and I was really hoping with Tessa Thompson at the helm as our lead, we would kind of get other themes to explore, but they kind of fell back on the father-son
theme.
theme.
and with not Tessa Thompson, with Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson and Hemsworth. They were but I felt that was very tacked on at the end.
It was.
Where it was like, well, you were my father figure, and it's like, what?
Yeah, they didn't develop that. We got a little bit at the beginning.
The movie opens with a scene that they sort of repeat at the end, but there's a part where Chris Hemsworth gets knocked.
Let's talk about this.
He gets knocked off the elevator.
Separated from Liam Neeson,
and then they meet, and Liam Neeson's like,
he's just standing there waiting for him.
And then right there, we were like, oh,
so obvious.
He got transformed into the character.
Yes.
Because they set it up. The Hive can take the shape of anyone, right? And it's like, okay, so is the Hive a person or a whole group of people?
I thought it was a group of people, like a race.
Right, but there's like one of them. I only saw one.
There was another one in the portal that Tessa Thompson was going towards.
Okay. So there's two. Speaking of twins, those Matrix
guys?
Yeah. Fuck, that was stupid. Like the galaxy-looking creatures.
I mean, it was cool, and then it got too cool. Like, all right, so we can never beat these guys.
I'm pretty sure they just hired extras from So You Think You Can Dance, because they had no charisma. Like all the bad guys, because spoiler, it turns out they're not the bad guys.
It was a little bit of a red herring.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah, and they were not charismatic. Maybe it was intentional, but
I'm glad that they spoiler, they got killed eventually, and I was like, oh, thank goodness that they weren't like the big bads.
They could have probably benefited from having a known face be them.
Yeah.
Think about all the bad guys like Larry Flynn Boyle, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, that's right.
Jermaine Clement, all real great character actors. Then you come in here and you have these break dancers.
I think you've hit something with the formula. They should have stuck with having a famous face for the big bad. And then that would have been a really good red herring.
But they went so different.
They did.
They went so different.
They did, which I appreciate because it had some beats of Men in Black. It had that familiar opening where you get the staccato-filled soundtrack, and it's like, all right, we're getting into it. And then that's where I think it ends.
Yeah. There's too much away from the source material to call it a Men in Black film, and then not enough to call it a Men in Black.
Right.
Like, yeah,
like
it just
they
felt
should have stuck with the
disconnected.
formula.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, like, oh, but it's Hollywood formula. I mean, it works for a reason. The genius of a formula is that it parameters, right?
Yeah.
If you could be creative within parameters,
Yeah.
then you have success. At least we got a little bit of a nod. There's artwork in Liam Neeson's office, and then they show like Renaissance paintings.
Why does every movie that doesn't have Will Smith has has like an oil painting of him?
You think of Independence Day?
Like, why? It's like, we can't get Will
be in
Smith,
it.
so let's just put him in it. Do like a cameo. Like, have him come in there and be like, nah, girl. Like, I wanted that. Give me that. That painting.
Yeah, with him and Tommy Lee Jones with the guns,
And then I
the,
immediately flashed back to Independence Day.
Oh, you did.
Where there was like a painting of his character from Independence Day in the White House. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they just painting Will Smith in these movies? Like, why don't they just put him in the movie?
I mean, I didn't mind. I at the beginning, I still hold to it. Like, I don't think we needed him, but like,
you could tell it's missing that.
It's missing something.
It's missing that, you know.
Yeah, even if he wasn't it, I don't think he could have fixed it.
Yeah.
It's the writing.
Also, going back to those paintings.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've saved the world more than those 2 times.
I assume there were more paintings, right?
Yeah, no, it's just
it's
just the 2, like right by the desk.
And one of them was a lie in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's the blank walls. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get more paintings once. I'm like, isn't the Men in Black saving the world every day?
Yeah.
Like, that's the impression I got from
the first
one.
With Tommy Lee Jones.
Because you talk about how, like, there's always a world-ending scenario,
That's
and
true.
then you think about how grand the universe is, and then they do that pull-out shot where it's like the
exactly.
locker, and like we're like in a marble, and there's like an alien, like
to
that.
Remind us how small we are.
Exactly, and like it nails it. This one is like trying to expand the universe, and I think it's just it blows it out.
They got caught up in that.
Yeah. So what do you give Men in Black International?
You know, I think it's a wheels. I don't think people. It's really, you might walk away disappointed. Really.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little disappointed.
I also will give it a wheels. I think it's a rental. Like, as we're talking about it, I forgot stuff that happened, and just talking with Irene, like, I'm remembering things. I feel like you probably didn't need Chris Hemsworth. If you just followed Tessa Thompson throughout this whole thing, I think it would have been a more enjoyable movie.
You know what? I really love that idea.
Yeah.
Oh my! As much as it pains me to say it, Chris Hemsworth, I don't think we needed him.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I don't think
he
was his best in this.
Because that's another thing that kind of pisses me off now that you bring up. It's Tessa Thompson's story, but it's all hinged on Chris Hemsworth and Liam Neeson. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why should we care about them at
That
the
came
end?
out of like right field. It starts with Tessa Thompson, and there's an arc. Like, she discovers the Men in Black. She wants to be a part of it. And then you're introduced to Chris Hemsworth, and it's almost like they're trying to pull focus.
And she's the one who develops more, because at the very beginning, she's like the perfect government agent. She's a robot.
Yeah.
She's dedicated to the work. And
Yeah.
then when she tells that to O, when she looks at her, and what is the most important thing? And it's like work, And then you kind of see in her wisdom in her face, and you almost remember like, her relationship with Tommy Lee Jones's character.
Yeah.
She knows that Tessa will learn otherwise.
So there's like sprinkled sort of callbacks there throughout. There's a long period of time where they're not together, and like the Tessa Thompson stuff is working. You're supposed to believe that Chris Hemsworth is like the senior agent, and he's like a bumbling drunk idiot. And like Tessa Thompson's like holding it down, and you're like,
and she's the probationary agent.
Yeah.
And then at the end we learn why he's lost his way. It's because he was neuralized and he couldn't quite understand. He was depressed, basically. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, we get it, but that's it. We're just supposed to believe that this is his story. No, this is her story.
Yeah, and they were. Yeah, it just kind of dipped like. So I don't think you needed him.
No.
It says it's an Amblin movie, but I didn't feel like it was very... Like, I don't feel like Steven Spielberg... I think he just put his name on it. I don't think he, like...
He was an executive producer, so, like, here's some money.
I think they just slapped a name on there and threw some Danny Elfman music cues, and they're like, it's a Men in Black movie, and it's like, they're trying to, like, neuralize us and be like, right? And I'm like, no, stop flashy thinking me this movie.
At the end, I was like, okay, what do I enjoy about this?
Oh, no.
I at least enjoy how they made a Men in Black character a bad guy. They hadn't done that before.
No.
That's fresh.
That was cool.
Okay. I enjoyed how it made me appreciate the second one.
Oh, no! Okay.
Because even you saying, yes, Steven Spielberg had more of his touch in the other ones. Yes, even in the second one, as bad as that one was.
Neuralize ourselves.
We're going to neuralize ourselves from this experience.
Yeah,
oh,
so
no.
for Reels on Wheels, I am Justin.
And this is Irene.
Until next time...
Oh, shouldn't we take off our sunglasses if we want? If
we want to forget.
Yeah.